Good morning, Leos. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, I gotta keep my coffee next to me, you guys. It's still morning. I've not even been awake an hour. Been so busy. It's crazy. Anyway, it's good to see you guys. I'm doing your reading from the 13th through the 19th. Now, there's a full moon in here. There is going to be some really good energies finally, guys. Finally. Hey, we're starting to go over that hump a little bit. We're not out of the storm. It's sort of like you can see the calm coming, but it's not there yet. But these are good things. Harmony is really going to be a big thing. So I did list down below that the live reading for that. So if you haven't subscribed and want to see the full moon reading, now I do talk about the astrology first. Then I go into the reading because it's important to know the planets because the planets. Well, Felix, how the heck are you? Long time no see. I hope everybody's good over there. But it's really important to know the planets' energies because a lot of people poo-poo astrology because they think it's all hooey. But if you look at history and science and the time, there's patterns that these planets go through. There's patterns and energies that happen over maybe a 10, 20, 30 years. So if we don't look at what's happening from the past, we can't really predict what's from the future. How do they figure the weather? It's like a forecast. So that's what the new and the full moon readings for me are, is that they're just basically looking at the energies and how it might play into your world and your sign and who you are. So again, that link is down below and you can subscribe and hit the all button. I'll tell you, some people don't hit the all button, they won't get all my videos, and maybe you don't want them. But that's what happens is YouTube decides to pick, I guess, certain things. You young people know all that kind of stuff. I'm a boomer. I'm learning as I go. So, yeah, it has been a long, long time. I hope things are good for you. I hope things have turned around. I know Leo's had a rough time there for a while, but I hope things have turned around for you or starting to anyway. All right. This is a good one, Felix. This energy from Divine is a good one. Um, Definitely for Leos. They really need it. Really, really need it. You guys are loyal, and it's really hard when somebody isn't loyal to you. I don't know who that's for, but here's what we're going to do for those that are new is I've got a current energy, future energy. And then this deck that I use it only for divine, God, sacred one, whoever you want to call it. This is his message that downloads, and then he begins to download after that to me. And this is the message that you come to tarot about. So if you're looking, you have a challenge or a question, you're trying to figure something out. This is his, and this is typical for him. So it is the great big love. So it's also the number 8 in numerology. What he's showing me here is that anything we do in love is going to bring you abundance. So we know that divine is all love. He's the energy of love, and that's what everybody wants. That's what everybody desires in this lifetime. Everybody craves love. And we also do things well, if you look at like people that turn to gangs and things like that, they're just not felt loved. So they find these groups of people where they can feel loved. And so that's what we're looking for. So during this next couple of weeks, I can see that what divine is doing here, even with these 3 cards, is that we are trying to create more love in our life. And this is going to be hard for some of you guys because it means putting down or putting away or putting the old way of doing things, of maybe thinking negative or maybe jumping to conclusions. Thank you. Being judgmental. Thank you. He says, people are too judgmental and people are too condescending sometimes. I hate to say it. Even in my new job, I'm like, seriously, people, really? But the thing is that we want to make sure that we're paying attention to how we are treating somebody else, as Divine says. Treat others as you want to be treated. Treat your neighbor as you want to be treated. Treat your brother how you want to be treated. This not only starts with you, but then it creates a whole bunch of different dot to dot sequence of events happening. And this is the raven. Okay, this is the current energy. So really be mindful how you're interacting with people. You might have to just step back and each time you say something, analyze it or whatever. It's like, oh, I probably shouldn't have said that. Because words are very powerful. But this is about synchronistic events. It's the number 10. Again, like I said, it's about getting rid of something that is old, a habit, some maybe somebody cusses too much and has a sailor's mouth, or that kind of a thing. Releasing those negative low vibrational energy words or actions, flipping somebody off when you're driving or whatever it is, because it's the number one. It's to bring newness. You guys, we aren't out of the reset yet. We aren't out of the reset. This is a reset foundation time right now. Okay. And what is beautiful about this is that your future energy, it doesn't say happiness, it says joy. And it is also the number 10. Okay. What is love? It's a high vibrational energy. What is joy? High vibrational energy. Again, the Divines card and the Astrology card, the Universe card, whatever you want to call it, the Planet card, are always similar in whatever it is because they're connected. So divine and love brings joy, and joy is a spiritual emotion. It is not an earthly emotion. It's not um, a worldly emotion. Happiness is something that comes up and down, and it's based on circumstances. It's based on the people around you. It's based on your thought process. So I just want to be happy. Well, that's very, we call that a visual realm, a first dimension realm emotion. Joy is a second dimension, or a second realm, the unseen realm emotion. And so you really want to really focus in on what is bringing you joy, what is bringing you happiness. Not happiness, but happiness is part of it because we are so used to saying happiness. But the thing is, what is bringing you joy? So what brings you joy is love, right? And love comes in many, many, many different ways. Okay. I have a bunch of videos on that. On love and what it means and what is. There's 8 different love types of love. I think there's 8 or 10. Then there's also the 5 love languages and things like that. Yeah, we all need good energy. And the thing is, what's happening right now, Felix, is that the energies are changing, especially with this full moon. Okay, it's changing. So this is a good thing. We're finally starting to see a little bit of the light. We do need that energy. And the thing is about this energy of the full moon that's coming up is that it is full of joy. It's full of hope. It's full of the higher vibrations. This keeps popping out. Okay, I'll put you out. 4 of Wands, celebration, coming together, a unity. See, this is love. But love doesn't, everybody's going to go, oh, well, that means I'm going to get in a relationship. Love means to not only love somebody else, but to love yourself first. That's a big thing for a lot of people, and they don't understand that because it's like, oh, I'm looking for love. I'm looking for love. Do you even know yourself to bring somebody else in? I was listening to an inspirational speaker, and it's like, he was talking about the masks that we wear. And this is the thing, is that to bring unity, to bring this 4 of Wands together, to bring this love together, whatever it is, whether it be a marriage, whether it be a relationship, whether it be just loving yourself, your family member, or bringing some relationship back together through like forgiveness or something of that nature. It takes not only energy, but it takes taking off your mask. So I'll give you a hypothetical. Somebody's in a relationship and they got into the relationship and they're not being their authentic you. Okay. Now, this is going to relate to somebody out there because Divine wants me to share it. I'll share it. So somebody comes into a relationship and they're not being their honest self to that person, that new person. That relationships begins to get built. And then now a different mask comes off and now they're a little bit of a different person. So it's like, okay, so that other person, so by the time they get to, like, on Monday, they're one person, on Friday, they're another person, on Sunday, they're another person, because you have put on so many masks that you don't know which one is really you. So this is what I'm saying, to take off the mask and be your authentic you will have you in love, will have you in full joy, will have you having the celebrations that you need in a unity. That could be best friends for the rest of your life. Don't know what it is for you. However, you got to take off the mask, because the mask is that low vibration that's going to keep you stuck. So, again, you have to know yourself. You have to be confident in yourself. You have to be strong in yourself, in who you are, and love who you were created to be. Okay. Because that is the authentic you. And that, my friends, is love. Okay. If that's what you want me to share, I shared it. I don't know what he's doing over there. But anyway, if he wants me to share it, I share it. Too many cards, guys. Too many cards. I have this new deck, but guys, I'm really excited about this deck, because it took months and months and months. And you know me, I'm always a positive nanny kind of a thing. So this is the Disney villains. It's sort of based off the Waite Rider deck, but it is a positive. See, you don't find me, and Felix, you actually showed me a very dark deck. I can't seem to get rid of it. Nobody wants to buy it. But I don't like dark decks. I don't like anything with darkness in it. Some of the art is beautiful. However, I don't want that energy in my house. I did that in the very beginning, and when I was first learning decks, and we ended having up a spirit in here I had to really get rid of. Now we got another spirit. He's very nice, but definitely. So anyway, this deck is a lot of fun. Okay, so let's get going here, because I know you guys got things to do. Definitely a lot about love. I got a coin in here out of sequence, so I'm not quite sure. We'll get clarification on that, because everything is about your desires and love and truth in here. Boop, boop, boop. Truth, truth, truth. Knight of Wands. The Six of Cups at the center of your reading, and the Three of Cups, okay? And then we've got the Nine of Swords. Again, somebody is just having a heck of a time. They're struggling with themselves. Right now, you guys, with the energies going on too, different energies of different planets, is you're going to find yourself inner struggling with yourself. Yeah, it is very funny. I love it. Um, but somebody's fighting internally with themselves, so they're fighting between the visual realm and the spiritual realm, the unseen realm. And this visual realm is your circumstances. This is the first dimension and the second dimension. So if somebody is really internally fighting, it's like it would be like somebody spending too much money on material things when they know it's wrong, because they have rent or a mortgage to pay. And then now they don't have enough for their rent or their mortgage. So this is the internal battle. It's that fight against earth and world versus spirit, and really what you need to get this love and joy. Okay, so that might be where the coins are coming from, because we have the Four of Wands. We have the Four of Coins in the middle of the Four of Wands and the Knight of Wands. So somebody needs to learn a little bit more about how to handle their finances, because they're both facing each other. All right, they're both facing each other. Somebody has to get a handle on that. So what you're telling yourself, for this person, I'm going to suggest to you, when you go out, maybe you might have a shopping addiction. Is this something that I want, or is this something that I need? If you're in a financial pinch, you should be buying things out of what you need, not want. This is a process of beginning to love yourself, because you're beginning to be more disciplined and setting healthy boundaries. Okay, so this is another energy here. I don't know who that is for. Okay, we have the Four of Cups in the middle. We have the Three of Cups side by side. So again, this is about your desires, of your heart. This is desires of the things that you love and have a passion about. Divine is saying, go for it. Okay, because he's trying to set somebody up, and somebody has been having some things that are happening in their life that are doing the steps to get there. We call that the destiny, getting the steps to the end result, which we call purpose or calling. Okay, but the purpose and calling, sometimes we fight it because it's not something we want to do right now. We get our feelings into it. For me as a spiritual being, if I don't like it, it's just too bad. Divine says do it, I do it. I might not like it at the moment, but the thing is that I will see these synchronistic events unfold, and I'm like, oh, now I know why you did that. And then it actually, literally, for my future, brings me more joy. Because as humans want to fight that internal struggle, okay? So that's what's going on there. Again, the fight is the internal struggle. Okay, somebody really is wrestling with this. They're really, it's in their head, it's in their forefront. When something is in your forefront of your head, then what happens is you begin to focus in on that. And it's sort of like we idolize that a little bit more. So you put that more at a, what do you call that? Well, you put that more prioritized than what is really important. And that would be the spirit. Okay, so for example, if you prioritize and you somebody left, okay, but in fact somebody came to me about this. It's like, why are they backing off? Why are they not answering my calls? Why are they not doing this? And I said, well, you give them time. Maybe they're not ready, maybe, or whatever it is. However, they said, well, I can't get them out of my mind. You have to, because now you're putting that ahead of everything else, and your energies around you are actually, your aura is beginning to shrink. You want that aura to expand out, which is love. The more you love and bring it in light, your aura expands out. Your aura can expand, gosh, I think, what is the, I don't even know how far the, this, what I heard was 60 feet. However, it even could go further. So we have to sort of look at the energies we're putting out. So if you're constantly thinking about somebody, you don't open the door for another. That is what divine is saying. Shut the door for a while. If they come back, what is that old saying? If you love them, set them free. If they come back, they are yours. If they don't, they never were. So that's the saying with divine as well. He says, I didn't bring them in here, set them free. And if I want them to come back, I'll bring them back. But really, they're not the best one for you. So I'm going to keep them away so somebody else can come in. I don't know who that's for. However, there is a Page of Cups. This is your challenge card. Somebody's going to say, Patty, you're full of crap. And the Page of Cups is the challenge card saying that is the message coming to you. What is it that you need to let go in your mind for a while because you're focusing too much on it? That becomes an idol, guys. And if you learn about divine, you don't make anything an idol but him. Because let me tell you, it is a whole different world living spiritually, and I love it. Because my life is filled with joy. It is filled with hope. It's filled with all the high vibrational energies. Yes, I go through bad days just like everybody else. However, it's actually, they're not bad days. They're bad seconds or minutes, because I catch myself and I know that's the low vibration trying to suck me down. And I'm like, no, 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 not going to do that. And I turn around immediately, because I pray, I do an instant prayer. I pray, I meditate, even if I'm at work and I'm doing something and some customer is sitting there telling me something, that being belligerent or cussing at me or whatever. And I just have to sit there and I feel my frustrations coming up, and it's like, nope, this doesn't matter. So you have to look at things that are really spiritually mattering to you. It is different. Earthly and first dimension, first realm, or visual realm is very different than the unseen realm. Okay, so let me see. You guys, I'm doing a little bit different, what do you call it? Clarification. I'll get clarification on this coin, but, oh, never mind. I won't need it because he just told me what it was. But he's asked me to clarify in this manner, so I'm going to do that. So with the Four of Wands, there's somebody coming towards you that does, for somebody, is really wanting to bring love together, is to bring something together, to start or rekindle an old love into a new love. Thank you. I don't know who that's for, but it is to bring more joy. I almost said happiness, but it's not. This is joy. This is a spiritual connection. So that is coming to you, okay? For somebody else, the reason why this coin is here, the pentacles, is you're fighting. You're definitely fighting. Yeah. Now, are you fighting yourself? I don't know. Are you going shopping and saying, well, I really shouldn't get it. you know what? But I've worked hard, so I'm going to buy it. And then you talk yourself into buying something you really shouldn't have bought. Go return it. That's all I can say because it's not in your budget. Okay, it's not in your budget. I don't know who this is for. Or you have a partner or spouse or something that says, "We cannot afford this. What are you doing?" So sometimes we begin to buy things out of a brokenness in us, something that needs to be healed. Okay. So if you're starting to fight about money, starting to fight about things of materialistic things that somebody has not an addiction, but a stronghold about doing, that credit cards maxed out, whatever it, again, this is something that needs to be take hold. Again, this might be the thing that is really weighing on somebody's mind. Like for me right now, I'm trying to buy a house. So I'm working my leather business so hard. If you look, I don't know if you can see behind me, I got 3 saddles, another saddle coming in. I got Christmas gifts up the yin yang. I got shaps. I got all kinds of stuff, but I'm trying to buy a house. So this is the thing is I cannot, when I go to the store, I want to, oh yeah, I want to get, I'm like, no, I can't. So even though I want to, I have to have some discipline. Okay. Discipline's really, really huge. We have definitely the something coming. Either somebody is coming towards you really quickly with a message because we have the Page of Cups and we also have the Eight of Wands, um, and it might be something they may need to hear some nurturing, some love, some compassion, some empathy, or if that is for you, they're coming towards you to give you that. The other thing too is somebody's going to be traveling probably through the holidays, and it's going to sort of like be a sudden thing. It might be all of a sudden, oh, you've just decided to do it, and you're going to travel, because we have the Empress and the Eight of Wands. Okay. And that might be where also the money is going to come in because we do have the Queen of Pentacles in here. So it does, you might be traveling a little bit further than what you thought. Like maybe you thought that you were going to drive to, I live in Oregon, drive to California, but then now you're like, oh, I got to fly all the way to the other side of the United States, that kind of a thing. Okay. Oh my gosh. Somebody is just beating themselves up like they don't need to, really don't need to. And the reason why you're beating yourself up is that this is actually a beautiful setting here. This is a beautiful clarification. You're beating yourself up, you're beating yourself to a pulp, or somebody around you is just beating themselves up, speaking bad. If this is a friend or somebody saying, you know what, I'm just so stupid, or I can't do it, you need to nip that in the bud for them. You need to be the loving one to say, you know what, you need to stop that because that is unhealthy. And what you speak and what you think is very powerful, and help that person because they're not wanting to be their authentic self because of the crap that's going on around them, and they're basing their decisions and everything from the past. So that's why things aren't turning around. Somebody's got a pattern that keeps turning things around and around and around, and they're just like stuck. And this is probably caused from a trauma or PTSD from something from when they were little, because I used to be that way. From my sexual abuse, emotional abuse, and verbal abuse, I used to be stuck, and I used to tell myself that, well, if nobody really hangs with me, then maybe it's all true. Maybe I am fat. Maybe I am ugly. Maybe I am that because the perpetrator who did that to me, sort of instilled that. And when you're so little, you actually absorb that, and you begin to believe it, and you begin to live it, and then your whole aura just, it's like a balloon deflating. Okay. And that's what people do, and that's how they feel. But to build that balloon up, I don't know. That was a very good analogy. I didn't pick the balloon, and he's like, talk about the balloon. And I'm like, okay. But as we fill ourselves up with love and joy, or have somebody around us that believes in us enough to fill us up with love and joy, that balloon begins to inflate and inflate and inflate until finally you have the self-confidence and the love of yourself that balloon just can't hold that love enough that it pops and it explodes, and it's like, woo, fireworks. Okay. I don't know who that's for. All right, but we got the Page of Cups. Okay, this is somebody's challenge card. This is a message coming, you guys. I don't know what it is to you, but it is about your future. Thank you. And I hate that saying. So somebody's saying it is what you make it. Well, it is true that it is what you make it, but it's also what you believe. So if you believe it that everything materialistic and all these things of the earth are more important than your actual spiritual being, then yeah, it's going to be a very different way of looking at things. You're going to be keeping up with the Joneses. You're going to be comparing past relationships with new relationships. You're going to be doing all that kind of stuff. All right. And that is not healthy. It's not healthy. And it's not what divine wants for you. Okay. I'm going to see if there's anything else he wants me to share. I don't know. Okay. So I don't know. I'm going to pick some cards. I'm not going to clarify. He's asking me to pick cards for somebody out there who's watching. I don't know what this is for. I don't know what it's about. I don't know what it is. But he said they need to hear this. I'm like, okay, I've got goosebumps everywhere. So I don't know who's watching out there, but this is for you. Um, I don't normally do this. He's like, I don't care, do it. He is so funny. He can be so funny. You think Divine's not funny sometimes, you know. He's funny. All right. Okay, here we go. Oh, oh my gosh. I'm tearing up. I'm an empath. Oh, this is beautiful, whoever this is for. I guess this is for somebody who really, really needs it. Sorry. Wow, it's beautiful. Um, I hate that. That when love touches you and you're spiritual, you cannot help but to be emotional. And it's okay to be emotional because this is what we are. Okay. We are emotional beings. And when it touches you with love and the high vibrations, um, it's overwhelming. Okay. So he's on the mark. So I don't know who this is for. This is separate. This is a message for you from divine. Okay. Now he did pick the great big love. And he said, there's something that I'm trying to do. Please watch for the signs. Please watch for the things, whatever, because it is going to bring you joy. These are the two number 10s. This is number 8 for progress. So something sort of like ending. This might be your thought process and your attitude. I don't know what it is, but if you really, I'm going to tell you right now, if you stay in the focus of love and not fear, and go for what it is that possibly may bring you love, it is moving. Okay, chariots is all about moving. Now this is a forward moving. I feel that the movement is forward. Somebody is trying to let go of that past relationship or whatever it is, but it's somebody for you that the divine has. I cannot make this up, you guys. I cannot make this up. The Hierophant is divine. The Hierophant is the highest spiritual card in the deck. Okay. It is also the deck of 2021, or it is also the card of 2021, guys. We're almost at the end of the year. And this is about a spiritual awakening and trusting in divine intervention for a relationship. Now, this relationship could be best friends. This relationship could be partners. This could be a new relationship. But again, it's out of love and divine intervention. So it doesn't mean that it's happening today. It may be happening in the very near future. But he wants you to pay attention to the signs. This could be a person that you already know, and that these signs or your feelings, it's like somebody has known not in this sense, but it's a hypothetical. Okay, it's like somebody has known somebody for a long time as friends, and then all of a sudden there's like maybe you touch them in a certain way, like maybe you hold, or not even hold their hands, or you just look into their eyes, or you know put your hand on their shoulder or something, and it's just like an energy that said, wow, I care about this person a lot more than I thought, or my feelings have grown. So this is a divine intervention for whoever this is for. I don't know who this is for. I can't make this up. I'm not a magician. I cannot put these cards in this order. I cannot put any of these cards in this order. So this is very beautiful. That's why I got a little bit emotional, because somebody's got love coming to them that the divine says, this is finally for you. This is finally what I want you to be. Now you got to listen to the signs, guys. You can miss it. I did this with a relationship. He put the person of my dreams and my love and everything, and I was so young and immature at the time. I was asked to marry him and everything, and I was sort of stupid and not paying attention to the signs because I wasn't a spiritual being at that time. I was more secular, and that person went on and married somebody else, had children with somebody else, and happily ever after kind of a thing. But later on, Divine said that was supposed to be for you, and I'm like, well, guess not. So you have to keep moving forward. But anyway, this is beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so Leos, some very good positive energy coming to you guys. Now, too, don't forget to do the full moon. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Oh, please like. If you've watched this far, please like, because it really helps us YouTube channels up. But I also want to share that I am going to be having a new channel come up. I'm sort of I don't know how to explain it. It's more of spiritual teaching. And it's called Transformation by Divine, and that will be coming up in January. I'm shooting for January 1st, but I have to create all the videos, then I have to edit them and do all that kind of stuff. So bear with me. I'm hoping to have it up by the 1st, at least a couple of videos. And that is to teach you how to grow yourself so that you can hear divine and feel and make your own decisions and feel like I do, a lot more spiritually connected. And then you won't need tarot because you'll have all the answers, and you might actually even become more of an empath. Yeah. You're very welcome, Felix. Thank you for coming in. So I hope you guys have a really good week. Full moon coming up. The energies are going to be changing. So get ready for those. And we will see you on your next reading. Don't forget to walk in absolute truth and love. Bye-bye. Take care.